Going into this window, are you fully aligned on the striker that you want? Is it the same?
Yes, on what we have to do, yes. On what we can do, I don't know. I think sometimes from the plan that we had and actually what we were able to execute, we've never been able to replicate it exactly. This is football. It happens, I think, to every football club. That's why we plan certain ways, and okay, we cannot do, we will do something else. I think the aim is clear, but then you have to just do it slowly, thing by thing, and start to achieve it. And big part of that as well is keeping and making sure that the players that are here are happy, they feel valued, and they are willing to continue with us. That's as well very, very important.
It's been sort of suggested that without
ahead of this summer and get your business done, especially the priority business, as early as possible?
Yeah, on paper, I think every club, every manager, and every player wants to be on day one in the building and get that transition and that adaptation as quick as possible. The reality is that sometimes it's possible and sometimes it's very difficult, but it is the ideal scenario on paper, yeah.
Okay, last couple of years.
See Kai Havertz back in training at the Emirates on Wednesday. Could he be involved on Sunday?
We're going to decide that tomorrow. So he's done certain parts of the sessions in the last 2 days. He looks in great shape, but I think it's more a shout of, first of all, the medical staff, the doctor especially, giving the clearance, and then how Kai actually feels to contribute if he's required.
And how much credit does he deserve for getting himself back into a position where he could play before the end of the season?
Unbelievable. I think his work rate, the work that he's done as well, a lot of credit to all the medical staff for the work that they've done throughout the last few months, because between them they've been pushing each other. We know how important Kai is for us. And the fact that he looks in great shape. I think he's improved a lot of the metrics that are very important for a striker to give himself the best chance. And you see the transformation on him, which has been really impressive.
And once again, there's plenty of the end of their contract. Does it look like Thomas Partey will be back in next season?
I wouldn't like to talk specifically about anybody. As you said, there are a few cases, and yeah, we will all try to show our gratitude, how much we love them, how much we appreciate the time that we've been together, and hopefully our supporters can do the same with them.
Alex, Premier League?
Recent results against Newcastle, would you say they're a bit of a bogey team for Arsenal?
Well, a very difficult team for any opposition, I think. I think what Eddie, the staff, and as a club, what they've done the last few years is remarkable, and they've been very, very consistent, very difficult to play against, like we've been.
Any regrets going into the final game that your championship isn't still on the line for all the work you've done?
I wouldn't use that word. I think probably you have regrets in your life, in anything that you do in professional life as well, when you haven't done your best. I can guarantee you, I give you my words, that we have all tried our very best. You know, did we wanted a different outcome, especially how close we've come again? The answer is yes, but that doesn't undermine a lot of incredible things that this team has done, again, in the context that we play, against the opposition that we play, with the circumstances that we have. It's impossible to undermine.
Do you feel has he developed into the player you thought he would do?
Yes, and I think he's in an amazing trajectory. I think when you look in Europe, centre-backs at his stage, to do what he's already done in the game, there's not that many. And there are a lot of factors that have contributed to that. The first one, him, you know, his character, his professionalism, how much he demands himself. And the second one, the environment that he's got around him, especially the players that he plays with, the way they look after him, the way they promote and hide the qualities and weaknesses of a player. And there's still much more to come from him.
And football.
Why he didn't get a nomination? Do you feel he deserved a nomination?
I don't know. There's nothing to do with me, the nominations. We know what Miles has done this season. I think is the sample still of what he's done is very, very, very short. And now it's about proving that you can do it every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, every year, every 2 years, 3 years. And that's the most difficult thing in football, which is consistency at every level, you know, in performances, in your behavior, in continuously developing your game, contributing to win football matches, not about you. And mine certainly is in the right trajectory.
And this is one of the last times we're going to get to you and you're maybe not fully aligned on the players you want for.
Well, if that happens, I mean that we cannot explain ourselves well enough and we are not clear enough of what we want. And I guarantee you that hasn't happened. It didn't happen in 5.5 years with Edu, And I guarantee you with Andrea, or because they are good to say, Mikel, look, this and this is what we need. I said, fucking, go and do it. You know, and if we not, it's because I will ask that many questions as well, and we will do so much work that it would be so evident that this one we don't have to do it. It's not going to fit. I guarantee it's not going to fit. Because as well, we have learned a lot. For some of them that have worked really well, and others not. And that's from the ones as well that we have to learn so well. To make sure that we make the right calls. But we are all human beings, and fortunately, nobody's got a clear ball here.
Jordan, Athletic?
How you felt then top 4, top 6? Is that hierarchy gone now?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Hierarchy of top 6, is that gone?
I think so. I mean, I think the level is gone again. To something, I think, bigger than what we experienced in the previous 12 months last season. That's experience, and I know a lot of the coaches, and we had discussions about that as well. So it's frightening the way it's evolving, how competitive it's coming, how difficult it is to win. The margins really for why you win or not win in the Premier League is incredible. So yeah, next season is going to be even more difficult, I think.
Do you see Liverpool come from that?
Any relief that you aren't involved in the Club World Cup? Do you really need a bit of a break?
Well, I think we would love to be part of that, certainly, with the way the squad is at the moment, with the numbers that we had, that will put so much stress again in the squad. So it's not a choice, we are not on it, but we have to plan, really, the squad that we're going to have available if we want to win these competitions, to win it as well, and we certainly have to evolve.
There is a new season. Are you planning to do something similar?
Yeah.
Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, the players are demanding it. I mean, nowadays I think it's impossible to have 4, 5, 6 weeks on your sunbed putting cream and just ordering drinks, and then come back 6 weeks later and go full gas tour and play 65 games. I think it's impossible. Now they demand themselves to be in the best possible condition. We are really lucky because we have boys there that they want to spend the summer with their families and with them, so they want to be together as well. So if they can pick a place that we can do that, we can facilitate that, more than welcome to do that.
Charles, Cole?
Just want to know, Arsene once said that it's like being in the top 4 is like winning a trophy. Is that how you see it?
Well, I know how those words were used in the past, so I'm not going to fall into that trap.
And finally, we'll go to Mel, a question in Spanish.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.